Folks, we've come to a time in the service where we're going to do a little recognition, and I invite you just to take out that insert that talks about our graduates that we're recognizing. I'm going to ask the high school graduates if they'll come on up and join me up here right now. We'll just kind of make a line here on this level, if we can do that. And I want to call your attention to a few things. Here's my first question. Do we have any of the college graduates here this morning in this service? Bridget was at the first service today, so I just wanted to make sure we at least wrote them down. I think we should recognize all graduates when we do this, even if we're concentrating on the high schoolers. But know that there's at least 4 college graduates that are part of this congregation as well. So as we start today, let me get this on. See if I can work this. Ben, I'm going to hand that to you. We're going to start with our graduates here, and I'm just going to ask them to introduce themselves. And also, I noticed earlier, because you had your robes on, that they were different colors. So I think 3 different high schools we've got here. But I'm going to let them have them let you know what high school they're graduating from, and then maybe just briefly what their plans are. Not for the rest of your life, just for the next few years or whatever. But we can do that. Ben, go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm Ben Buskey. I go to Lamira High School, and I intend on going to UW-Madison for dairy science.
Okay, thank you.
I'm Damon Cavonius. I go to Lamira High School as well. I'll be going to Moraine Park for marketing.
I'm Lindsay Hesprick. I go to Lamira High School also, and I'll be going to UW-Fond du Lac and then transferring to Oshkosh for accounting.
I'm Alexis Stubbs. I go to Fond du Lac High School. I will be going to UW-Fond du Lac in the fall for social services.
I'm Cheyenne Renderman. I go to Campbellsport High School. In the fall, I will be attending Concordia University of Wisconsin to study physical therapy.
Okay, great. And you can just hang on to that microphone for now, okay? All right. Thank you guys so much for sharing with us today. We're very proud of all of you and of your accomplishments and so forth. You guys know better than I do because I'm new here in Lamira. But this church also awards some scholarships. And this year we've awarded 2 scholarships to 2 individuals who fulfilled. Sometimes we don't realize there's reasons we give scholarships, and there's kind of guidelines for this. But there's 2 who fulfilled all the guidelines that we asked about and so forth. And so there are 2 $500 scholarships being awarded. And Sarah, if you want to bring those over. The first one, should we do them alphabetically? Sure, why not? Lindsay Hesprick. And Lindsay. And also Cheyenne Renderman. Okay, and so we congratulate them. And can we just congratulate them on all they've been doing? All right. And there's one more thing before you go, because we also like to give our graduates a gift. And the gift that we give them, we want to last the rest of their lives. I have a friend of mine who happens to live in Jerusalem. Yes, that Jerusalem. But he always says every time I go over to the Holy Land, he says, if we're not a people of the Word, we have no business being here. And that's how I feel about us as a church, too. If we're not a people of the Word, we have no business being here. And so we're giving them the gift of the Word of God, but it's a really cool Bible, okay? It's got all kinds of notes in it and everything, and it's one of the best ones I've ever seen. So, Sarah, I'm just going to have you hand those out. Each of you receives this. We are proud of you, but we want you to be prepared in the future for whatever God sends your way. I'm talking about vision, so whatever you decide to say yes to, you need to be prepared and have some words to guide you, and this certainly will do that. And again, one of the best Bibles I've ever seen, so happy to share this with you today. All right, thank you, Sarah. And before they go, and before Sarah goes, and Janet, would you step up here for a moment too, please? Just step up here. Folks, this is my chance. They didn't know I was going to do this. You guys, it's okay, isn't it, if I recognize these 2 a little bit? Janet and Sarah have been so instrumental in holding this group together and working with our high schoolers, those who are graduating and so forth this year. And they've both decided to step down after this year for at least a little while. I'm going to find something else for you to do, so don't worry. But they've been very faithful in working with our high schoolers this year, and I just want all of us to take time to thank them, too, for what they've done, because it takes a lot of work. So, thank you. So thanks, guys. and they've been very faithful. So let's give our graduates and these two a round of applause one more time, and we'll ask you to go ahead and be seated.